Hello, my friend, and welcome back on the show. So today we're going to talk all about time. And this episode is going to be specifically helpful if you're a mom, either a business owner, practice owner, or you're an associate. If you're a mom, especially with little ones, or maybe you're a mom to be, or maybe you're expecting a second one. Congratulations. Time is going to become or has become your most valuable currency. Even more valuable than money, I would argue, for most of us. So if you are in a situation where the day goes by and you haven't crossed everything from your to-do list, or you look back, it's a weekend and there were so many things you wanted to do, but there was just not enough time. And you're thinking, Jesus, I will never be able to have a clean counter again and work out, and you'd be feeling frustrated, or maybe you're feeling mom guilt that you didn't have enough time to spend with your little ones. This episode is going to be very helpful for you. So I'm going to teach you an exercise that I do with my clients a lot that is so revealing and so helpful in managing their time. It's called the Time Audit. So here are the rules. If you are not calendaring your days right now, I would highly recommend that you start doing it. That is step number one. We got to transfer everything from your to-do list onto your calendar, either a physical paper calendar or on your electronic calendar. It does not matter. But I need you to start writing down everything you want to accomplish that day and put this on a calendar, not just in a to-do list. This piece is critical. Okay? Just this thing alone, if you actually do it, will change your days, will change your weeks, will make you so much more productive and also give you more free time. Guaranteed. Just actually go and try it, because a lot of you guys, and I used to do too, and I do still sometimes, listen to a podcast, listen to a YouTube, and it's interesting, it's entertaining. We're like, that sounds like a good idea. And then we just stop listening and we don't do anything. That will never create change, my friend. Okay? If you want to truly change something, and listen, and maybe let's just be honest, right? You don't have to say it out loud. Just tell it to yourself. Maybe you're thinking, well, yeah, I am so busy. I don't have time. But honestly, I don't believe that I could have time. I'm just in this busy season where it looks like everybody's struggling. All other moms around me are struggling. I think there's nothing is going to change that. I'm listening to this episode. I hope it will change. It would be nice, but deep inside you don't believe it. That's when you're not going to take action. You will take action if at least part of you believes in the possibility that your life could be better. And if that's you, because it should be you, because it's so possible, then I want you to take action on what I'm telling you to do today. And the first thing I want you to do is to take a simple calendar and write down the days you're working, the times, the commute, what you're doing before, what you're doing after, what time you're going to go to bed, what time do you wake up. Calendar all that stuff. And then all these things that you want to do in the week, the workout, the meal prep, the date night, the more time with the kids, put it on the calendar. It has to be on the calendar. That's step number one. Step number two, as the week goes by, I want you to pull out a piece of paper and actually write down what you're doing that day. Did you actually follow your calendar? Right? And write down, I was supposed to wake up at 6 a.m. and hang out with kids until 7:45. And then I was supposed to drive and book the venue for the kid's birthday. And then I was supposed to get to the office by 9 and do clean checks and start seeing patients at 9:30. Did you actually do that? Or did you sleep in until 7? And then your kid was sick, so you let her crawl in your bed and you didn't get out until 7:30? And so you didn't get to the office until 9:15. Write it actually down. Try to not judge yourself as much as you can. And if you're having a hard time, email me. I'm going to help you. I'm going to coach you through this. That's what coaching is. Coaching is helping you cognitively change how you're talking to yourself, how you're thinking about other people in the world in a way that's useful for you. Okay? So I want you to write down everything you're doing for at least a day. It would be amazing if you did it for several days. I walk my clients through the whole week. And it's tedious. I get it. It's like a lot of work, right? It feels like a lot of work. It's actually not a lot of work. It takes a couple of seconds to write down what you did, but our mind makes it so tedious and like we don't have time, literally like 10 seconds. And that's why it's nice to have somebody. That's why I do this with my clients. Somebody holds you accountable and walks you through this. But when you have these two pieces of paper, one, your actual plan for the day, and then the other one, what you actually did, just this alone, without you changing anything, is going to be so helpful. And it's going to reveal why you are not able to have the life that you want. What is going on? Why didn't you wake up at 6? Why didn't you go to bed at 10? No judgment. Listen, it's not like, oh, I should have, could have. Why didn't you? You were so stressed after seeing patients, they ended up just numbing out with Netflix and wine. Listen, I get it. We're humans. But that's just an indicator that we need to figure out other ways to de-stress. Or maybe we need to figure out ways to not get so affected by our work and our patients. Coaching is a good option. But when you look at the ideal day, and which, by the way, I hope you plan realistically, and the actual day, you do the time audit of your day. Now you can start looking without judgment into problem solving. What happened? What stood in the way? Do I need to block more time in the future? Did I not account for a human factor that I need to pee and eat and talk to my assistant, and I just booked myself boom, 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 and didn't account for these breaks? Right? Or did I procrastinate on this project because I was just stressed out about how much work it's going to be and I don't feel comfortable doing this? Okay, this is very valuable knowledge because now we can start solving it. Now we can start taking courses so we can become more confident in this area. Maybe we can outsource something. Maybe we can figure out a better way to deal with stress so we can go to bed on time. Maybe we need a meal delivery service because we don't have time to cook and we always end up driving to get a takeout, which, we're spending more money and more time, so we're not at home with the kids. Or maybe we have some fundamental issues that we need to solve in the practice so that we can actually spend time with the kids. Maybe you are in front of your kids for 2 hours in the evening, but your head is elsewhere. And then you have so much mom guilt when they go down to bed because you're thinking, oh my gosh, I had this time with them and I wasn't even there. I just kept thinking about the problems at work. All right, that's good to know. Yeah. Now we can create a plan for how we're going to tackle things at work systematically. This is what I want you to do for this week. Write down your ideal day, preferably a week. I have my clients do it 1 week at a time. I don't recommend doing more than a week ahead because things can happen, things can change, especially if you have kids can get sick, so many variables, especially if you have little ones. So I just recommend people do this 1 week at a time, but you can start with like one day, literally just one day. Plan it realistically, but put everything from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. It could be in blocks of time, right? It doesn't have to be like every 30 minutes. It could be, let's say I wake up at 6 a.m. and then from 6 to 7, I shower and eat breakfast and put my makeup on. And 7 a.m., I get my kids and then I spend time with them until 8 a.m. And then at 8 a.m., I hop in the car and I get to my office at 8:30. And then from 8:30 to 9, I get settled. I check my emails. Maybe I do a couple of clean checks, look at my schedule, and then 9 a.m. I start seeing patients. See what I mean? Like then I'm from 9 to 1, for example, we are seeing patients, we're clinical, and I'm taking notes about this new hire, whether she's making any mistakes, so I can chat with her after work. So I have my little notepad, and I'm writing down specific things so I can give her specific examples, right, for improvement. And then during lunch break, I'm going to eat and walk for 30 minutes. And the other 30 minutes, I'm going to a treatment plan. Then after that, I'm going to work again, see patients from 2 to 5. Then I'm driving 5 to 5:30. I'm listening to this podcast from 5 to 5:30. Or maybe nothing. Maybe I'm just decompressing. Maybe I'm meditating in the car. Maybe I'm doing deep breathing so I can let things go. right? So it doesn't have to be every 30 minutes, like in chunks. But plan your day and then write down as you're going through the day, write down, okay, what did I actually do? What time did I actually wake up? What did I do after? Did I do this? Did I do this? And then let's look at these two things and learn from it. And you're more than welcome to email me these two anonymously if you want. Create a fake email if you want. Create your own. Does not matter. I'm not here to judge. I really want to help you. This method has helped hundreds of moms. Hundreds. It has helped me. I have 2 kids and I have 2 businesses and a job, third. 3 jobs, 2 kids. It's very helpful, but you gotta do it if you're serious about changing it. And then just let's look without judgment and figure out what could be improved. All right, my friends, I'm so excited for you to try this. This is a game changer. Time audit exercise, auditing your time. And if you can do it for the entire week, that is ideal. That is ideal. Because what it's going to do is it's going to start revealing your patterns. And patterns are everything. We all know that we need to be more self-disciplined in order to follow through on our schedule, in order to stick to our schedule. But self-discipline is such a loaded, heavy word. It's like, how do you develop self-discipline? But patterns, if you recognize them and you change them, you have won, my friend. And if you can see a whole week of what you've been doing, you are going to start seeing patterns. And then you can learn from that and change it. That's what I want from you. This is the ultimate skill of being adaptable and problem solving. This will solve your time management problem or lack of time problem, but one day at a time. All right, my friends, if you have any questions, please email me. Otherwise, I'll see you here next week. Bye.